Hi all, ever wonder how to change a heater core in a big mid-70s to early 70s GM car? Well, I was kind of curious myself, couldn't find any info other than old manuals and instructions, never took the heater box out of a car like this before. So I decided to tackle it myself. This instructional video is going to kind of go in reverse only because I already took the heater box out of my car, and I'm going to show you in reverse order how to do the whole process of putting it all back together. These are the parts that I had to remove, and the heater core is right in here. The dash, good thing I did not have to remove, just piece parts of the dash. So the heater core goes right on the firewall there. And it's actually relatively easy. It took me about an hour to remove, and it was actually a little easier than I expected. Not sure if you can see this under here. I'll get some lighting next time when I put it together. There's only 3 screws under the hood on the firewall that hold this this heater box onto the firewall. There are 2 or I think 3 other screws on the firewall from the inside. So I will show you the whole process on how to do this. I took the liberty of removing the old heater core, and you can see where it would have been leaking. Very easy to take out once you take the heater box out. You use a 5/16 socket, 2 screws down here, 1 up here, and this will just slide right out. And you just pop in the new one, put the screws back in, and pop the whole heater box back in. While it was out, I did take the liberty of taking everything apart, taking off this panel here. I redid the foam in those doors here. I did take a lot of this stuff apart. I cleaned it up real nice, but now it's ready to pop back in. Okay, time to put this thing back in. Since I did not create a video of the deinstallation, I'm going to try and give you as much information about putting it back in. This way you can just go in reverse order. Now this is the heater box, and I'll tell you where it goes. The dash is still there. I just took out the glove box, and it goes on the firewall there. See those 2 little holes at the top where the 2 pipes for the heater core will go. Now if you see that there's a couple of little vacuum hoses, they are going to be connected to these devices here. So I promised you I'd show you exactly where under the hood it comes through. So it's can actually, the 2 heater hoses come through there. There's a screw here. There's a screw here, or a stud down at the bottom. And but we'll go step by step. Once you lift the heater box into play, at least close enough, not up against the firewall just yet, I use this this cable to hold the heater box. Now what you're going to have to do is reach back and grab those vacuum hoses that I showed you earlier, and like this one here, and you're going to have to connect them to those vacuum diaphragms, which are unfortunately in the back of the heater box. But the hoses should be long enough for you to reach back there, connect the 2 at least, put the box up into place, and then you can connect the one all the way to the left. You will have access to do on the driver's side. So really critical, the 2 rear vacuum diaphragms have to be connected at this point. All right, once you get that thing popped into place, you just lift it up and put it up against the firewall. Probably the hardest thing to do would be to get this portion of the box underneath the defrost vent up here, trying to get this to go behind that flap right there. So right now it's still loose. You can see how it I can move. Right now it's still loose, but now I have this overlaying this, so that's the way you want it. So now I'm just going to continue. I'll show you where it came through. So now I have my heater core. I put in one screw here just to hold it in place. I have a stud there and a stud down there. I got to put a screw on, and then there's a bolt from inside, and then we'll continue. Okay, we're going, like I said, we're going in reverse order. So part of doing a heater core on one of these cars, you do have to take the radio out, because you have to get to a screw, that one I was talking about earlier, this one right there. There's a brace here. It holds the lower part of the heater box to the defrost vent. So that definitely has to come out. Or actually just put it back in. Alright, next thing is, once you get all the heater box, next thing is to put that large vent that goes underneath all the way across. And the reason why on these big Pontiacs you have to take the radio out is because this vent back here, you can see I can move it up and down, actually has to get screwed to this plastic vent here that goes here, the other one that comes up here. So and then this is the major vent is held in by a few screws, one here, one here, one over here. There's another screw here. You got to take the ashtray out on this side to get one of the screws to take the plastic vent out and get a light. And there's a little screw hole back there. And once we put that together, we continue on with, after this is put back together, we can put the radio back in, put the glove box back in, and then put the dash back together. So, not so bad.